bread, it's a holy sacrament. Mass men with the acumen, adamant with a management. Clap back, hella animate when you rap whack inadequate. Got a motherfucker like halibut, so purpose, no accident. On point, always accurate, so fresh and immaculate. More verbose than most, I'm a host and an advocate. Got you frozen like a mannequin, bring balance to the force like Anakin. Holy smokes, Holy Ghost, vacate from the Vatican. Dirty secrets in the dark like God ain't mad at them. Madmen in the church, oh boy, we ain't having it. Moral sins against God when they worship and Baphomet. Blasphemous, while the police attack peaceful activists. Political dissent, other 1% living so extravagant. Capitalists, big philanthropists, with policies in place for the soldiers hatched from it. 400 years disenfranchised establishment. It's a fucked up time and space in the world and it's hard to imagine it. Humans love to hate, need to be more compassionate. Conspiracy realities, true secret fallacies, fake news antagonists. Well, the cloaks in the booth making tunes for the masses. Underground third eye catalyst, MC evangelist. Join the close West Coast, Los Angeles. Lifestyle dope so real with the truth, fake suckers can't handle this.
Rattle, battle, throttle, for cattle crossing auto. Planes, trains, and bottles, with false flags and follows. They fight within, what's right within. What time is it when the night begins? Caffeine, dream, split seams, I heard him scream. Entitlement, environment, he's fucking with my retirement. Say grapple, grab, and handle, then baffle, brag, and shackle. Danger, death, rearrange, arrest, then backtrack some wax. You can't hold a candle to these Cali vandals. Look at me while I'm menacing, while everything eats everything in a blanket of the sadness, replacing all the madness. Blood loss, euphoria, like blood counts so glorious. Only have a few, and look at there's so much more of us. Making a doc about making a doc, eyes of a hawk and a fucking your flocking documentary. About making a documentary, then they're not mentioning that, yeah, they've got to mention me. It's like California's on fire right now. Got bigger shit to worry about. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up.
Word.
Yeah.
You were tuned in to the precious, the dopest, the one and only www.diggingdeli.com. And as always, we got special guest interviews. This is The Way Radio, broadcasting live, Hotbox Studios, Northeast Los Angeles. And as always, we got a special guest. You guys hear me good on the mic? You guys hear me good in the headphones?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Here we go. Why don't you go ahead and let you guys? I'm gonna let you guys introduce yourselves because this is an honor right here in the studio. We got legends in the building. Who we got?
Peace. What up, y'all? Original Gel Rock, The Cloaks, Mass Men, Project Blowed, E×2, Avalano Records, Exalt the Anti, Life Seen Differently.
Word up. Yeah. AWOL 1 in the house. The Cloaks, the Shapeshifters, Project Blowed. Word up.
So for those that don't know and need to know, why don't you guys talk a little bit about the background as far as who you guys are individually, so that way our audience gets a better idea of you guys.
Just old school Vandal cat from greater Los Angeles, hailing from Whittier City on some underground LA hip hop West Coast shit, That's about it, homie.
Yeah, I've known Gel Rock for since we were, youngsters, and we've always been rapping, and we've always hung out together as friends, as crewmates, and so it eventually turned into the Cloaks. We always collaborated with each other, on Shapeshifter songs, and even back in the day when I was doing some video stuff, I think I might have shot Gel's first video.
Yeah.
So we've always collaborated together, and eventually it just turned into the Cloaks, and then here we are, 3 albums later, and a few tours later, and we're still doing it, and I feel like this latest record, it has more of a buzz than we ever have, and I kind of just feel it rising. You know what I'm saying? And I'm very proud of this new record.
Being homies and knowing each other for so long, when you guys are in the studio making music, is it a natural flow of things, or do you guys sometimes butt heads as far as what direction you guys want to take the music in?
That's actually how we greet each other. We butt heads first and get it out of the way.
We're like human rams.
Yeah. So we kind of just to be honest, not messing around, but man, everything's pretty organic and pretty free flowing, man. I think the music kind of exudes the energy that is, the core of what we do together. You know what I mean? It kind of just is a direct reflection of how we build and it comes out the way it does. And so I think, like Tony mentioned, AWOL mentioned that we're feeling really good about this new record. I mean, each record had a dope release into its own right, but timing feels good, energy feels good. We appreciate everybody that's supporting the new record, A Clockwork Orange, the CLOAKS.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, when we go in the studio, I mean, since we're friends, we have a lot of banter that, things that we talk about and a lot of shared experiences. So I think when we get in the studio, we bounce each other, ideas and, so we've, it's just who we are. We're not really. I think the reason why it's organic is because it's natural, and then we got this producer Awkward from the UK who has done all 3 CLOAKS albums, and he's kind of like a wizard with all this shit, man. He'll take what we've done and he'll polish it up and move it around, and he turns it into the final,
Yeah. Awkward. He's a wizard. Awk Wizard. The Awk Wizardry.
And then why the Clockwork Orange?
The last record was called Cloak Encounters. Cloak Encounters of the Third Eye, like the movie Close Encounters of the Mind, or whatever the hell it's called, I forget. Close Encounters of the Third Kind. And so we dug that. And the concept worked, and it represented the album and the music really well. So, we came up with another name that stayed in the same lane of spin-off of a classic movie title that made sense per the record concept and the direction we wanted to go with the artwork.
So we opened up a 52 card pickup.
Yeah.
Talk about that track.
Man, when we were making this new record, I think, we felt really good about the last record. The last record is amazing too.
Yes.
I kind of felt like on the front end of writing this new one, it was going to be tough to match and exceed. And then Awkward sent that beat early on. And I was like, well, this one's in the bag. And so it was just up and up and up from there. I think every song had more identity and we just kept pushing each other, I think, to kind of get as best as we could. And that one was a heater that was in the bag early. It's definitely, I think, relevant to right now, current time. If you listen to the content, some of the things, history's repeated itself, so it's relevant just in general. But there's a lot of current topic-wise in there, current state of affairs addressed in our own perspectives,
Yeah. And then, you guys are both legendary in your own right, with individually as MCs, with some of the groups you guys have been with. How did the conversation come for you guys to actually be like, hey, let's start a group together? Like, well, who reached out to who? How did the conversation go? Because I'm interested in how that happened.
I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna take this one. When I raise my hand, I got something to say. No, I think Tony mentioned it earlier. It was just, we were already doing a lot of music together. We had. And I think what spawned it was we were doing a lot of shows together, you know what I mean? I was always coming to your shows, and I would be on the bill and so on and so forth. So it was just like we constantly in each other's space, naturally, either performing or doing music together or going to do shows local or even, traveling whenever I was around, and just, so it just became apparent. It's like we got to have songs and material because we're doing so many shows. And then it was just like we did a first compilation album that had a grip of songs on it. It was called Life Before Death, I think. Yeah, Life Before Death. Albane Simon did the artwork on that. She's amazing. And it was we did a run of CDs that were really dope. And then I don't even own one. That's maybe one rare project I don't own myself.
I was just thinking I don't have one either.
So that was the kind of thing that spawned the group into the CLOAKS, and Tony AWOL wanted to go with a concept. I don't think originally I was thinking concept group, like name. I was just thinking AWOL and Gelrock. We were gonna. I didn't know yet. I just knew we were gonna do an album because we had been talking about it. So, and then I got a text from him. He was like, "I got it, the CLOAKS," with an exclamation point, and then he just sent a bunch of follow-up descriptive things that resonated, and I just how we normally. I'm just like, yeah, go, let's do it, and just. There's no looking back after that, you know?
Right.
It's constant building.
So why the CLOAKS? What's the symbolism behind that?
I think at that time I was kind of like, well, you know, people, there's, you know, a cloak could be an analogy for a lot of different shit, you know? It could be somebody being mysterious, or it could be somebody, you know, putting on a magical cloak, or it could be somebody, you know, being invisible. But I just felt like... I don't know, man. I forgot what was going on in my mind at the time, but at the time, it's just some intuition shit that I don't know.
It's better said that way. I think it's better said from a intuition thing, which is how I got it.
Right.
Because it's open for interpretation, like most of our music, anyways, and the shit that we write. So, you know, the CLOAKS has definitely evolved in its concept. It's become more clear that more people, in my opinion, probably gravitate towards it, not only because of the imagery and the music and how we project it and the energy behind it, but I think that everybody's sort of starting to realize that, you know, we all have these different faces, and everybody's wearing a mask, and, you know, whether you're wearing it for your kids or you're wearing it for your, you know, whomever.
Yeah.
Right? Like, one way or another, you're somebody different to everybody. And everybody's wearing a mask to some degree. You unveil different layers, you know what I'm saying? As time evolves, shit starts explaining itself.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Yeah, I mean, you know, a cloak could be like a religious symbolism. It could be a war symbolism. It could be, you know, it could be outer space symbolism,
or,
you know,
or even defined for what it's defined in as any dictionary definition. You know what I mean? Like very literal.
Dope,
you know?
dope. I like that. Really Matters. Let's talk about that track we're gonna get into right now.
Yeah, Really Matters was kind of just because me and him, you know, we're always like, you kind of care about, you know, of course when you make music you kind of care about how other people feel about it. But in reality, it doesn't really matter because, you know, can't really care about, you know, human opinions too much. So it's kind of like, you know, everybody's always teeter-tottering on this, like, you know, you care how other people feel about it, but yet it doesn't really matter. So it doesn't really matter what they think of you, but, you know, you still want to be a good person, you still want to, you know, fucking put forth your best, but ultimately in the big scheme of things, it doesn't really matter.
And I would add, just because I think, like, usually we'll have a concept and you're getting different takes, and expanding on that is like, there's a lot of pressures that people, you know, especially pressures from social media, and I think about younger kids, you know what I'm saying? So like in my verse, I'm really talking about, like, you know, it's real love over likes in real life. You know what I'm saying? It's like not allowing kids to take things so seriously.
Yeah.
And to find value in themselves as opposed to external validation, even though to some degree you got to have, everybody likes that as an artist. And I think that's the piece that AWOL was talking about. But in general, I think it's pretty open for interpretation along those different lines. And I think it really works because the message is pretty clear on the hook. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't really matter what they think of you, you know what I'm saying? And we're here today, gone tomorrow. You know what I mean? Take it easy.
Here it is right here. We're going to get into the track. Really Matters off the Clockwork Orange LP. Make sure you guys check it out right here, diggingday.com.
I'm eating with popcorn. I'm eating with popcorn. I'm eating with popcorn.
I'm getting cut on a diet of soup. Knuckle sandwiches, cutting the cereal loops. Do a dance and I'm doing a spin. Going to the splits and flying to the wind. Well, I'm a barber, I give it a close shave. Sitting on a rock in my dark cave. I'm a hunter living off the land. Don't count on no one, I kill with my hands. It's up to me make it happen. Be your own hero, be your own captain. Don't be a clown, thirsty for the internet. Attention from losers is all that it really gets. Turn it off, some appliances, saving some energy. The sciences someday will remember me. Time to turn around, time to square off. Crazy motherfucker cutting your head off. Well, I'm a torturer, associating with fools. The number one rule, there is no rules. Well, I'm a wizard who can reverse the curse. Well, I know the book written in reverse.
It really doesn't matter what they think of you. It really doesn't matter what they think of you. It really doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter what they think of you. It really doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter what they think of you. It really doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter what they think of you.
I'ma eat 'em with popcorn. I'ma eat 'em with popcorn. I'm eating with popcorn. Popcorn. I'ma eat 'em. I'ma eat 'em with popcorn. Popcorn.
Build and destroy your precious legacy. You're your own fucking enemy. It's a personal decision. Court of public opinion holds you in contempt, and nobody's exempt. Warped on the wax, tarnish and tax. Life is so wonderful, but fools are so gullible. Don't believe the hype. Real love over likes in real life. Freestyles are refundable. Write off your written, your whack raps are deductible. B-boys in a juxtapose, like my name's Theo Huxtable. You put the touch in untouchable. The mood is so adjustable and highly combustible. Some say we're unfuckable, some say the opposite. Everyone is judging you. That awkward silence makes me feel comfortable. So don't let your dreams be so crushable and live dysfunctional. It really doesn't matter what they think of you. It really doesn't matter what they think of you. It really doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter what they think of you. It really doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter what they think of you. It really doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter what they think of you. Here today and gone tomorrow. 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 Here today and gone tomorrow.
You were tuned into www.diganddaily.com. This is The Way Radio, broadcasting live from Hotbox Studio. Special guest, the CLOAKS in studio. Doesn't really matter, just played. Let me ask you guys this. As artists from your tenure in the game, how much have things changed for you, or how have you evolved as MCs in this game?
I mean, of course, like when we first started, the internet was kind of new. So we didn't really ride that wave of the internet wave. We at that time we were still pushing physically. We were still hitting the road. Selling merch, shaking hands. Playing venues. Meeting real people. And then, it's not a bad thing, but as far as like the internet broke a lot of artists who weren't necessarily ready for their fame, or they didn't really own their talent, or they didn't really polish up their skills.
Yeah.
They got too famous too fast. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think with us, it's been a slow, beautiful ride. It's not over, and yeah, I mean, I'm not mad at these kids that blow up, because a lot of times literally it only lasts a few years for them, because bottom line, they weren't ready. What I'm saying? So I don't know. I would say it, and then we looked up to people who even had it even harder than us.
Yeah.
It was harder for them to get tours. It was harder for them to do that. So I mean we've just been just riding the wave, man. I mean, we're on the socials a little bit, and which is cool, but it's not my daily focus. It's not the focus of the CLOAKS.
Yeah, and I would just say that to be honest, like when people ask me that, they've asked me in a different way, but it's always kind of just like we just do what we do. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's kind of hard to explain breathing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like I don't know. We just make a hell of music. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
we're constantly just writing and recording, and everything leads to the next thing, and that's how I think things been so organic. So when you think about evolution through the different like periods, one thing that's been the consistent mainstay is the work. And it doesn't really come with, it's kind of effortless because it's just who we are at this point. It's, you know, it's a lifestyle beyond music, and I think that's basically it. It's a lifestyle beyond music, and the music just is part of the snowball effect and all the things that you get when you introduce the AWOL 1 and Gale Rock. You know what I mean?
Dope. Albums. Every time you guys drop an album as the CLOAKS, I love the graphics. I love the designs. Who actually does your artwork?
The first record was done by Albane. She's a collagist from France, and then the second record was done by Dan Lish. He's a hip hop illustrator, and then this latest one was done by Griffin One from CBS. He's a a graphic designer and a graffiti artist, and I think all three of those covers represent what's inside it very well. You know, yeah. And as far as me and Gail, we've always been fans of, like, you know, you pick up a record and you look at this big ass piece of artwork and you wonder what's inside of this thing. You know, like, you know, when you go to a record store, or a thrift store,
Yeah.
you know, you buy shit because of the way the cover looks.
Yeah.
Half the time it's garbage, but you know, you're like, fuck, this is fucking dope cover.
Yeah. And I would also say, like, to that effect, it's like the same thing, you know, with comic books, right? Like, you see the comic book cover,
Yeah.
you're like, I got, you know what I'm saying? So it's that same effect as well. And also just like, you know, I have this, you know, anybody that's serious about their craft goes in on the artwork.
Yeah.
So, like, I was telling AWOL, like, lately, that's kind of how I pick my wine selections. You know what I'm saying? I think that if a craft, a brewery is going to go in on a label, that artwork looks dope, it's meaningful to them, it's trying to represent something, hopefully they created something that tastes good with it. Otherwise, like AWOL said, half the time maybe it's garbage. So you learn you learn if it's $10 and it has a dope label,
Yeah.
you could wake up with a headache.
And then speaking of craft brews, didn't you guys released a brew, right?
Yeah, oh, that's right.
Talk
Yeah.
about that. When did you guys get into that?
The opportunity was presented to us by the homie Hip Hop Craft and Beer Thug. They're local, you know, LA County resident homies. They've been in the game in different ways in their own lanes. Hip Hop Beer Tape. They created a label called Beer Tape, and Beer Tape is, you know, they've done some collaborations with other hip hop heads. You know, the Visionaries, the Beat Junkies, the CLOAKS, and
Smith and Wesson. Some hip-hop
and so, like, they hit us up at a time that just made sense in alignment with the release of the album.
Dope.
So ahead of the album drop last December, we dropped an exclusive beer called Friday Night Flavors, and, you know, had a code on the back. Scan the code.
If you scan
QR code.
you actually buy the beer, scan the code on the back of the beer, you get to hear the music. So
dope.
So that's something that they do for their releases. You know,
Yeah.
that it's not only a beer,
Right.
but it's also a music project. And me and Gil were actually part of the process of, you know, tasting beers along the way and
Nice.
kind of making sure it wasn't just like we slapped our label on some shit.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
What was the style?
It was
It was a West Coast haze.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah.
You know, we had to be West Coast.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
And me and Gil are drinkers, and it just made sense.
Yeah.
We had a release party. It was super
Oh,
fun,
yeah.
and we sold out our whole lot of beer in 1 week.
Nice.
So we're hopefully gonna do another one soon.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna ask. You guys plan on doing another one? Because I didn't get a chance to grab the first round.
Yeah, and actually somebody was holding on to them because they just posted and tagged our pages, and
I don't even
they
have
had
one,
a
man.
tasty Cloaks beer. But yeah, we want to do another run. We know that Beer Tape, the homies at Beer Tape, are doing some other projects. You know what I'm saying? So it's a matter of timing. But we do have some other cool things that we're thinking about that we'll discuss and announce later if they come to fruition. A little bit in the same vein, but a little bit off the beaten path.
Nice. Being like that, for you guys doing that, like that's true, that's a raw entrepreneurship right there. If I said it right.
Hey, we know what you meant, and that's all that matters, homie.
Yeah, thank you.
You know, I wanna, but you should copyright whatever you just said. You should just make sure, because it could be epic.
Hey,
it sounded pretty epic.
After like 2 Cloaks beers, it's really easy to say entrepreneurship.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's
like
you know, I can't twist my tongue that way.
Yeah.
But with that, I was trying to get into is that talk about the NFT.
Oh shit, yeah. Well, we got this thing called Secret Saviors Music Club, and it's spearheaded by Tumax and Craig Longhair 5150, and I do 90% of the art. Well, for all the hip hop stuff, I do all the art, and
Nice.
and it's like they're hip hop trading cards. They're NFTs. We're about to drop the second series 2, but yeah, so you know they're NFTs on the front. You know, you got the rapper. We did like Cool Keith, Idea. You know, the Cloaks, Chesky. You know, I think there was like 16 cards. Gift of Gab before
Nice.
he passed away. Rest in peace. And then on the back, you know, you look on the back of the card, it has like facts. So there's cats that don't really know about this, you know, independent hip hop movement. So you know they'll get the NFT. And then they'll read, you know, the facts about, you know, whatever rapper card that they have. And, you know, so it's kind of educational. And, you know, we're about to drop the physical packets too. You know, you could go in the store and buy the physical packets. But as of right now, they're just NFTs. And, you know, every once in a while we'll do like a music one and, you know, music collabs. And we're actually about to, you know, venture into, you know, some other stuff. But yeah, Secret Saviors, it's SSOhiphop.com, and you know, series 2 is about to drop.
Nice. You guys, any of you guys got solo projects coming up? I mean, working together. I mean, it's obvious you guys have to still keep doing solo material.
Right now.
I just dropped a project about a week ago called Happy Rebirth Day. It's just a single, and then, you know, I've been, you know, I dropped on Gail Rock's upcoming project. So we're just, I mean, yeah, I don't know. Shit, I'm just always fucking making shit, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
Sometimes it finds a home, sometimes it never sees the light of day, but it's just kind of our process, you know?
Yeah. Is it easier now being like more seasoned to make music, or do you guys still feel like sometimes it's a hurdle, or has it never been hard for you guys?
I would say my number one rule is I don't force myself to make shit. So like there'll be months where I'm crazy prolific. I'll record shit, be making beats and do da and then there'll be like months where I'm just not feeling it, and I don't write one word, you know.
Yeah.
So I think I just, like, that's my personal process, is I just don't force it, you know.
Yeah, I don't force it either. And I'm not hard on myself about any of that, you know, because I'm so active on the front end, and people are still catching up to what is in the chamber already.
Yeah.
That it's like, you know, I said something on a song where it's like, we grind so hard we don't have to grind. You know what I mean? So like I don't sweat, you know, just spending time doing real things with the family. You know what I mean? And like you just shift the energy in a different direction.
Right.
Dope. Are we gonna see an E×2 LP coming up anytime soon?
Man, I wish I could say yes. I would say right now I don't see that happening, but I would say that I've had conversations this week with individuals that I'm getting commitments to do, like at least an EP or something. So, you know, that's, you know, again, it's kind of like the timing is very important with everything, right? So like, again, not forcing it, you know, organically, it'll happen when it's supposed to happen if it's gonna happen.
Word.
But right now it's a little disenfranchised with a bunch of trials within the crew. You know, people are older doing different things, or you know,
Yeah.
or like Free Digit 6. What up, Digit?
That's
Peace.
true. That's what's up. And what about I mean, shit, AWOL. I mean, I know it was a big crew, but Shape Shifts, man. Anything down the pipeline? Anything shows? Anything coming up with you guys?
I mean, we're always working together. I mean, there's a few people I see regularly. I see Life Rexall pretty often. I see Exist Stereo every once in a while. Radio Inactive. We're all friends still. You know, yeah. I mean,
Shifter's been at some shows though lately. We've
yeah,
been rocking with heads lately.
and that
Radio's
that,
been out.
Yeah,
and
that's about what I was
everyone's
about to say. Is it
Yeah.
seems like little by little, everybody's getting a little bit more active again, and you know, maybe something in the pipeline. I know LAJ has like a handful of tracks that we haven't released. But
Nice.
I don't know if they're gonna come out or if they're gonna get remixed. I really don't know. I'm down. I'm not against it. I'm totally with it. I just feel that if it does come out, I want it to have all the members. I don't want
Yeah.
it to be like some half-ass pieced together fucking bullshit just to throw it out, you know. So maybe, but I don't know, man. And sometimes I kind of feel like it was meant to be what it was when it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's why there is such a legacy with the Shapeshifters. I mean, we haven't released a record in over 10 years, and I get messages, multiple messages daily about a group that hasn't played a show in fucking decades, you know?
Yeah.
So I think there is some sort of lure. There's something happened. I don't know what the fuck happened, but it's there.
Yeah. Was it great albums, great music? You know, they're timeless.
Thank you, man.
People want to see that. People want to re-see that. People want to relive that.
Dope.
You know, and then hopefully the younger generation respects it and you know
I
will
think-
want to follow up on it as well.
And that's obviously, you know, we're super appreciative of that. It's, you know, that's what makes it awesome. The other answer I would offer is that when you say, is there going to be a new E×2 or a new Shapeshifters record, what you do get is the CLOAKS, a Clockwork Orange. Like, honestly,
Yeah.
right? Like that's where we're at right now.
Right.
And that you hear the influences, like, you know, radio's on there, and you know the Shapeshifters are on each of the last records,
Right.
and E×2 members, and you know what I'm saying. So it's still.
Yeah, it basically morphed into this. You know, we got a song called Cloak Shifters. We got, you know, with Exist Stereos on like even the first record that we did too, and
Abrude.
yeah, Abrude. We always keep it in the family. So, you know, AC Alone's on this one, and it's just we just try to keep it in the right vein. You know, we're not trying to chase somebody that has like some numbers. You know, we keep it in the family, and you know, and luckily I'm super grateful that most of the people in our camp are considered like these like hip hop underground legends, and it's kind of weird because you just kind of look at them as like friends, but then when you're out in public or you're doing some shit or you hear, then you realize, damn man, my friend he's fucking dope, you know.
Yeah.
Like he has a lot of influence, and so that's why we always keep it in the family, man. We always support each other, and they support us back, and I think that's one thing I do like about the independent hip hop community, man, is the support.
Yeah. Do you guys, for artists that are coming out, would you guys, if there's an opportunity for them to sign with a major label or stay independent, is there a difference between the two? You feel that a direction any artist nowadays should go through
Yes.
your experience, and what would that direction be?
Just having a clear direction in what you want to do, because
Dope.
if you're looking for money and you want that bag, then you got to go that, you know, that mainstream route. That's the lane, and every decision should surround that.
Dope.
I mean, not every decision, but you know, like you just gotta have to know what your end game is in order to know what steps you need to take to get there. And if you want to be independent and just be serious about the craft, then stay independent, and whatever happens, which is, we just, like us, we just keep building fan base, gets stronger and stronger, and, then now the next thing you know, it's the movement's built and everybody's joining the CLOAKS.
Right. Yeah, there's cases like, say the Hieroglyphics, Dell has an album on Jive. I don't know what I think maybe Jive put out, the Hyro Souls of Mischief. I'm not sure, but I guess what I'm getting at was, they built a big fan base, even though they're independent.
Yeah.
They got this nice push from a major label, and they use that to their advantage, and they still keep making independent music, and they still keep doing it on their level, but they use this major label to give them that push, and there's nothing wrong with that, especially people like us that come from like a closed income, not we don't have a lot of resources.
Yeah.
And just to be able to have a machine behind you, and it's not a bad thing, especially if you're, like what Gail said, especially if you're making music, you're not compromising your music.
Yeah.
That's the main thing, I guess.
think that's like a seasoned, kind of view on it, right? Like in terms of, it's like a mature artist knows that, right?
Yeah.
But you're for an up and coming artist, like it's really knowing like what are you trying to get out of it in order to determine what is successful for you. Right. Because otherwise you're spinning your wheels, going, why ain't I blowing up? But you ain't making no moves on that blow up shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And now it's a little bit different because in this generation, it's if you build it, will they come? Right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because you could do anything with the socials now if you pop right. And then there's kids that are just completely don't come in with a plan and have just organically, to your point, kind of are mature out the gate and just have learned from the previous generations, and now they're doing different things that we're like, damn, they blew up for the right reasons. They got dope content. They aren't compromising their art, and they're getting the push, and everything's working out because of just good sound decision and maturation of somehow getting it.
Yeah.
And timing, you know what I mean? And figuring it out.
Dope. Last night you guys got to do the back to basics. How was that?
Mad fun.
Super fun, yeah.
Yeah, man. That was great.
Yeah, it was really good to see a lot of these cats we haven't seen face to face in a few years, because of whatever reason. And but it's just like when you see them, it's like no time has passed.
Yeah.
And I would say, everybody in the house yesterday, it was a really good vibe, and there was something special happening yesterday. Man.
Big ups to our brother 2Mex. It was really 2Mex and the CLOAKS holding it down. If you were in the alley where the merch was, we were the only artists with merch out there just crushing it in the sun, straight sun.
Just sunbathing.
Yeah,
our fucking
sunbathing.
brains.
The CLOAKS were sunbathing with 2Mex out there. It was a sight to see.
Yeah, man.
No, it was dope though, man, and we crushed that shit. 2Mex crushed it. Everybody crushed it. It was dope.
And I saw you guys had O-Tech. Big up O-Tech.
Oh yeah,
He was
man.
behind the decks for you guys.
Yeah, he holds it down for the CLOAKS pretty often, man. He's a good cat.
All right, let me ask a serious question. When you guys talk to him, do you guys call him Mustache? Do you guys call him O-Tech?
O-Tech.
O-Tech.
Easy. O-Tech.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, because he be flipping it on me sometimes. He'd be like, oh, it's Mustache today, dog. All right.
Oh,
Mustache.
okay. If he comes in with that, I'm gonna give him that respect. If he comes in like it's a Mustache Saturday or a Mustache Sunday, I gotta give him that.
And what's up with Roach? How's Roach's DJ doing?
He's doing good, man. He's actually going to be a card on Secret Saviors Series 2.
Nice.
Yeah,
So
man.
yeah, the Roach is going to have his own trading card.
Is it gonna be with the mask or without the mask?
He has the suit but no mask.
Oh yeah.
but
does have a suit.
he has his brand new his Mountain Man beard.
Yeah.
That shit's growing. It's about to. I think his beard's gonna have its own record pretty
Yeah, I
soon.
was gonna say his beard joined the CLOAKS like a decade ago. It was crazy that thing.
And I think next we're gonna put his beer belly into the CLOAKS.
Dude, it's like he could have a Santa dress up inside of his beard, dude. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, the dude Roach is great, man. He's always Roach, and that's That's why we love him, man.
You could count on good old Roach being Roach.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
You nailed it right there. You nailed it right there.
Right.
July 10th, you guys got a big show coming up too. CBS anniversary show. Talk about that.
Yeah, man. It's gonna be at the Garden Grove Amphitheater where they had Back to Basics.
Today, Back to Basics, day 2.
Yeah, day 2's tonight.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Big ups to Droops and the whole Back to Basics crew. But yeah, so the CBS, it's gonna be like an art show, music show. It's in July. I'm not sure of the date. July 10th. I'm going to be doing a sold out set. Me and Daddy Kev are going to perform the album Sold Out.
Nice.
There's a mixture of rock and hip hop. There's some really dope shit. Cloaks are playing again. Yeah, it's going to be fun. So if you're into like art and music and drinking and farting and burping, just come through, man, and hug your homeboys. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Yeah, man.
Flammable Cloaks. Let's talk about that track before we get into it.
Flammable. Man, just this is one of those boom bap bangers. I think on the album. We want to do a video for this. In one of the next 2 videos is going to be a video for this one. It's dope, man. You know, we just come off and lays the foundation and oh man, D Styles. Big shout out to D Styles. What up, brother? He absolutely murders this track. Yeah, man.
And you know what's weird is at the time that we were making this, there's a lot of fucking fires in California,
Yeah.
and I mean, which is usually a thing, but at this particular moment, there's like 3 or 4 fires cracking off, and so there's this weird like underlined theme of this album.
Yeah.
You'll hear us mention fires pretty often, and I don't know if it was subconscious or what the hell, but yeah.
Yeah, man.
Gal Rock, A11, all the Cloaks, Clockwork Orange, Flammable Cloaks, right here, digandday.com.
Underviewed and unamused, but still one of the few. So don't be confused. I get it lit like a fuse, spit it sick when I choose. They teach but can't do, acting so brand new. They don't recognize the whys or the who's. So think before you speak. So tough but so meek. We're taking stock of what's what. A lot of suckers getting cut and records getting shelved cause you played yourself. They wanna mimic our moves, but we ain't no gimmick. Check the needle in the grooves. We done catalog these tunes and analog these dudes. We rock state to state while you blockhead MCs simply can't equate. Yeah, while we style and engage, always pushing the next. So easy to swallow, but hard to digest. Leave you perplexed and vexed while we profess direct. Then we exit stage left. We play the shadow, not the shade. You're a digital glitch in this digital age. We count our blessings every day while they digging shallow graves. Yeah, we get live and direct and broadcast through these airwaves. We play the shadow, not the shade. You're a digital glitch in this digital age. We count our blessings every day while they digging shallow graves. Yeah, we get live and direct and broadcast through these airwaves.
It was a hot night in the middle of winter. In every story it begins with a splinter. And every legacy's already been told. I'm a flammable cloak where the great plot was sold. It was a night just like any other, floating through the city with my cloak brother. While the planets ain't used to bear gifts, I'm a semi-automatic multitasker with a lift. Well, we lost all the magic and wonder, searching for the shelter in the rain and the thunder. Well, my newest invention, it's like acne on the face of the earth with detention. I died twice since I seen you last. Well, I'm the ghost of the future and the past, and I'm Rosemary's baby, and it's all grown up, and then it's scared to face me. I'm taking notes like motherfuckers on the internet stealing my quotes. I'ma eat your face for breakfast. Shallow ass grave, I wear your raps like a necklace. Arctic microbes, older than frosting, and waking up the irreversible things exhausting. You try to mimic and I block off moves, and I count my blessings every day, count my shoes.
We play the shadow, not the shade. You're a digital glitch in this digital age. We count our blessings every day while they digging shallow graves. Yeah, we get live and direct and broadcast through these airwaves. We play the shadow, not the shade. You're a digital glitch in this digital age. We count our blessings every day while they digging shallow graves. Yeah, we get live and direct and broadcast through these airwaves.
DiggingDaddy.com. D-Styles got off on that track. I ain't gonna lie.
Killed it.
How'd you guys think up with D-Styles?
Well, he was down with Daddy Kev back when I first met Kev and like the Celestial crew.
Right around the corner.
Yeah, actually,
Celestial Recordings was right down the street from here.
yeah.
Oh, it is really.
Yeah,
Dope.
so Kev was good friends with Dave and put him on like one of our original tracks, and then he ended up scratching on the whole Sold Out album, the whole Slangwich album, and then through Gel Rock we just kept linking, and man, he's like the unofficial member of the Cloaks, man. He rocks. He's in the videos. He rocks the cuts.
He's been on every record, so
Yeah, man.
him, Sir Beans, like, the 52 card pickup, the first song that you played was Sir Beans, and in his own right, a legend, at the craft, and we already talked about the legend of Cloak the DJ, good old Roach. So, yeah, man.
Dope. And then I know we touched base about it, but the new music you guys coming out, we talked a little bit about it, but give us some more information so that way the audience knows exactly if you guys have released it, it's going to be released, project dates, all that good shit. Hopefully name of albums.
Yeah, so I'm working on a new record right now called The Poetry of War. It's called Poetry of War, not The Poetry of War, but one and the same. Poetry of War, produced by Ja Blues. And Ja Blues, check him out. He's been producing a lot of dope shit, even for the homie Jism, Monstro, all kinds of people. Fat Lip, Volume 10, otherwise just a bunch of really dope music. So anyways, we got together and did an album called Poetry of War. We're really hyped for it. It's probably going to drop in September sometime.
Nice.
Yeah, so mid to late September, hopefully. Features AWOL, Abstract Rude, Chesky, Danu from the Visionaries. There's a lot of heads. I got a posse cut with a bunch of heads on there, man. Much love to everybody that got down on the record. Kazar, Monstro, it's a family affair, but that's coming in September.
Nice. AWOL?
Yeah, I mean, I just released Happy Rebirth Day. You could get it like on speakerface.store. Or it's on all the streaming stuff too, but yeah, I mean I just kind of put that out as like just a little birthday project, but really like this year, man, my heart it's on a Cloakwork Orange, and then actually we have a Cloaks remix record that's gonna be dropping sometime this year.
Yeah, man.
Oh man,
I forgot about that.
Fucking sick ass remixes, man. It's
Is it a remixes from all three albums or just this album specifically?
No, I thought about that. I was like, why did we limit ourselves to just this record? But to Tony's point, about all, being all about the Cloaks, we're definitely pushing this Cloak shit hard. You know what I mean? Like, regardless of individual projects, like it's still very much a priority because we recognize the energy behind it. You know what I mean? And everything, it all contributes anyways. But yeah, man. The remixes are just for this Cloakwork Orange record right now. But that's gonna be tight.
Who did the remixes?
We got some heads on there, man. We got Parazax. We've got
D Styles.
D Styles did a remix. Awkward did a remix. We got other heads signed up. AC Alone's doing a remix.
Oh, dope.
Homie from Anticon.
Oh yeah, Controller 7 from Anticon is doing a remix. Kenny Siegel.
Dope.
You know, so it's gonna be pretty well rounded. We got a couple of other heads too, so you know it's coming together, man. It's gonna be dope.
And then when's that projected to come out again?
Probably later this year, early next year.
It's maybe halfway finished,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's fucking fire, dude.
Yeah.
It's fire,
Yeah.
fire shit.
Yeah.
Dope.
In the meantime, we're gonna keep doing videos for the Cloakwork Orange. We got all kinds of shit. We're still doing shows, like I said, July 10th, the Can't Be Stopped show, and more shit to come. You know, everything's happening. It's all popping.
Dope. And then where can they buy the album? All the previous albums, all the other music?
Yeah, Abolano Records Bandcamp, ABOLANO, Abolano Records Bandcamp.com, or you can go on any of the digital streaming platforms if you do that. But if you want like vinyl records, we got the new Cloakwork Orange on vinyl. We've got Cloaks pint beer drinking glasses,
Oh, dope.
Cloaks hats, all kinds of stuff, man. We just got some new pins, some new cloak pins. Big ups to Lunch Barf who designed those, and we got some new hoodies. We got a lot of shit.
Nice.
Just Google it. You know what I mean?
As long as people keep buying it and wanting it, we'll keep making it, man.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, a beer, a fucking hoodie, a record,
man.
whatever, man.
Well, make sure I will raise my hand right now and say, please make the beer again.
For
I didn't get a chance to get it. For all those alcoholics that didn't get a chance to get it, I definitely want to try it.
No doubt.
And then before we close out this interview, any shout outs, anything you guys want to let loose before we close it out?
Oh man, I just want to shout out everybody who's been on our team, man, for the last couple decades, and man, I Speakerface.store, Abolano, man, big ups to Fake 4, you know what I'm saying? Peace to Daddy Kev and the Alpha Pup crew. Man, we just have a beautiful family that supports each other, and yeah, I mean, and until I'm dead, I'll keep making shit. And hopefully, after I die, I'll make something else.
Much love to everybody that supports and joins the Cloaks on the ventures. Much respect to everybody that's tuned in, supporting and whatnot, and all the homies, like Tony said. Big ups to Digging Daily. Much respect to you, sure enough.
Yes.
Thank you guys for coming through. We
Big
appreciate
ups,
it.
Digging Daily.
Let me ask you guys this before we close. We got the remix coming up. When's the next album gonna drop?
Shit. I didn't tell AWOL this, but I did send a text message to Awkward this morning and told him it's inevitable. You might as well start getting the folder ready.
Ah, shit.
Yeah.
So, I was, because he hit me up about the show. He saw the show and he was like, damn, that shit lit. I was like, I don't know what we're waiting for. You might as well start laying the foundation.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
like hot off the press this morning.
Dope. That was really a couple hours ago, guys.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
I'm
I
down.
woke
I'm
up
totally
and I
down.
was like, I looked at my calendar. I was like, oh shit, we're going to Digging Daily. I was like, we got to make a new record.
Oh, shit.
So big ups to you, man. We
Nah,
weren't
no
even-
doubt. That's what's up. And then being able to perform again and be on stage. Well, you guys have always been on stage and performing. What COVID kind of fucked up a lot of shit. How does it feel to be like you guys got shows coming up again? You guys are doing shows again, big, not like smaller shows, but big venues. How dope does it feel to be able to do that again?
I feel powerful.
Yeah, it feels good, man.
Energizing.
Yeah, it was almost like we had to.
Church.
Yeah, we had to level up, and we had church in our head, and now church is out, and I'm drinking the communion wine again. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
dude. Give me a wafer.
That's what's up. Wish you guys nothing but success and continued success with the album.
Word up.
Looking
Likewise, man.
forward to the remix. Looking forward to the next album that you guys are gonna already talking about today. So big ups on that. Make sure you guys check them out July 10th at the CBS Anniversary Show. Make sure you guys check out that as well. Make sure any new music they got. They already said it right there. Abolano Records. Speaker Box.
It's
Speakerface.
Speakerface.store. So yeah, Speakerface.store. Because I do a lot of artwork and like printing and specialty little projects. So usually everything that I do that's like cloak related or AWOL 1 related, I put it through Speakerface. .store.
What's the website for all the gang-related shit? Gangrelated.com.
And then, hey, thank you guys for being. I'll be honest right now, there's no egos in this room right now. Reached out, got a response back. Thank you guys very much. Make sure you guys add them on Instagram, Galrock, AWA. Make sure you guys add the Cloaks. Make sure you guys check out the YouTube page. Make sure you guys are adding them, everyone that's tuned in or you're watching the show later on. We're going to get into this last track before we close out. Not Your Average. I'm going to let you guys introduce that, talk about it before we close out.
Not Your Average, featuring AC Alone. Awkward on the beat. Sir Beans on the cuts. Absolutely murders this track. Man, a favorite of mine.
Word up, yeah. Big ups to AC Alone, the whole Freestyle Fellowship crew, Project Blow crew, you know?
It's a cold world forge. My code word is porn. My cloak work is orange. I'm not Curious George. I'm dope out my gorge. My smoke is worth more than suckers can afford. My pen is my sword, so hard to the core. Calm before the storm. Get ripped like torn. My cloak shift is form. My candles crown of thorns. While angels blow horns. 7 trumpets for the puppets of suckers be forewarned. My morning they will mourn and feel the curse of the storm. Or forever be adorned. Align and conform. My rhymes are uniform. On point like unicorns. Manuscripts begin to swarm. Sanskrit in cuneiform. Tablets of randomness. Adhere to these commandments. Stand clear of the bandwidth until you clear the passage. We are not your average. We are not your average. We are not your average.
Depression era icon, Mr. Fix-It from the time of bygones. Remarkable life, over coke on the mic. Powerful days in electrical nights. Don't let me get distracted falsely, but you know the fact is so many ways, all these mind waves are intergalactic. We'll bring on the archives of crushing apartheid. You see it, attack it. Mortal man is a maggot. Son of a man is a motherfucking worm. In your nightmares, while you toss and turn. False memories, alternate realities. The reconstruction process is proud of me. And don't, we are not your average. IPA beverage, massive appendage.
We are not your average. We are not your average.
Get up party people what they need. They often try but they not succeed. No. Cut the record up until it bleeds. Yes indeed, mind free, the different breed. You know the cloth, a Molotov, burn up your loft. Bottle rocket, I can rock it, I'm taking off. What was that? Who was that? I'm true to rap. He tried to front, I blew him back. That. Time bomb, been ticking, shots been licking. Slim pickings, a plot, been thinking. Hotel, in-house, fox and the chickens. My uncle said tackle that bull, watch kicking. Now I'm serving brisket, you must have missed it. Kissed the missile and sent it. Smooches, all of this is buried in the blueprint. I'm extraordinary. What are you, stupid?
We are not